we are double the trouble and double the speed. Join us, your hosts, as we take you on the ultimate ride through the world of high performance cars. From the latest models to classic machines, and from racing cars to the muddy gravel of Namibia. This is Twin Turbo, coming soon to NBC TV.
Hello and welcome to this first and second playoff at the Junior Africa Cup between host nations Namibia and the Giants of African Hockey, South Africa, the under-21s or junior women's side. Sune?
Good afternoon and welcome to the Dave and Trusco Hockey Stadium here in Windhoek. What a lovely day we have here. Perfect weather for a final Penda. Sune Witman here with Penda on comms.
Yeah, I am Penda Pala Namanjevo, and all the action in this much anticipated rematch between the two neighboring countries. You know, there's always a rivalry between these two countries, and Namibia will definitely be looking to pull one back over the South Africans who beat them quite comfortably yesterday. Who are some of the players that the Namibians will be looking out for in this game?
I most definitely think Kaylin Maria, she is the top goal scorer in the tournament so far. Penda, 8 goals, 6 field goals, 2 penalty corners, and then players like Paris, Gail, Asics, as well as the very busy Teshwan de la Rey in the front for the South Africans.
Absolutely, and we actually just saw earlier in the day's action, we saw Zimbabwe clinch their ticket as the final spot for the Junior World Cup in Santiago, Chile. The teams will actually need to start saving up some money.
Yeah, it's quite a travel to Santiago, Chile, and well done to Zimbabwe for clinching that game 6-1. They had a very positive approach for that game, making sure they stamped their tickets.
Absolutely, and on the screen here we can see the road to the final for each of the teams. Namibia edging out Kenya 3-0, then against Zimbabwe, their neighbors, 6-0, 11-0 against Zambia. They saw out Uganda 4-0, but unfortunately just losing that pool match, their final pool match, to South Africa 6-1. However, look at those goals by the South Africans. They are not goal shy. 19-0 against Zambia.
Yeah, they're definitely not goal shy, so they rode to the finals, 5-0 versus Uganda and 19-0 versus Zambia, as you just mentioned, Penda. And then the 4-0 over Kenya, 5-0 over Zimbabwe, and then last night 6-1 versus Namibia.
All right, and the teams just taken to the field, and we prepare for the national anthems.
Let's stand to attention for the national anthem of South Africa. our host country, Namibia. Let's just all stand to attention. And that kicks off the final between South Africa and Namibia. Ladies.
Some emotional stuff. Emotions are always elevated when you hear your anthem, isn't it, Sune? What do you have to say about this this fixture for today?
Yes, the emotions is high, and obviously, like you also mentioned, Namibia wants to pull back that one from last night. So super excited to see what they did last night before this match happening today.
Absolutely, and on your screen right there, the team lineups for the South Africans. Once again, those players to look out for. Tishon Delaray, she was absolute trouble for the South Africans. And then Paris Gail Isaacs controlling that midfield area. And not to mention their captain, top goal scorer of the tournament on 8 goals, Kaylin Marie.
Yeah, most definitely the danger players to look out for, but the South Africans as a unit as a whole is a very, very dangerous unit, especially on the attack in open play.
Look, we've spoken about their international experience, a lot of players in that squad with a lot of experience. Paris, Gail, Isaacs there, even competing at the Olympics. But here is the lineup for the Namibians. Their captain, their leader, Azali Philander, she's got lots of experience, also represented Namibia at the Indoor World Cup. So she's got good wisdom and experience for her team. And then also their goal machines, Marika Nietling. And then we've also got Mia Carsten, both of them on 5 goals for this tournament.
Yeah, they're actually quite in a competitive spot for that top goal scorer of the tournament, Penda, and looking forward to see what they're going to bring to the game today. We can actually say Marika Nietling has been Namibia's penalty corner specialist, with all 5 goals coming from penalty corners, where Mia Karsten, all 5 her goals is from free play or open play field goals.
Absolutely, and as we mentioned, this match is more for bragging rights and the chance to be crowned as the Junior Africa Cup champions for the continent. Both teams already qualified to the Junior World Cup. Zimbabwe making it a Southern African affair, which is great for Southern African hockey. These ladies will not be shy. I believe that they'll bring it here tonight.
Yeah, most definitely, especially after last night. They saw what each team can bring to the table and what probably the game plans are, and they obviously came with new plans today. So looking forward to what they have.
All right, Namibia with a pushback, playing in the white and blue. Scoring or attacking the goals on our left, so they're playing left to right. South Africa in the full green with a yellow stripe, or golden stripe as they like to call, attacking the goals on our right. Milan on the ball for Namibia. And our umpires for today, please excuse me to the umpires. Our umpires for today, Shahila Johari from Malaysia and Fatma Mahmoud from Egypt. The reserve umpire is Kenneth Tamale from Uganda.
Just a free there for Namibia inside the 23. They decided to go all the way back. Switch play.
Free on the ball for Namibia. Intercepted on the stick. And there's a counter-attack. Mokoena looking dangerous. She's going towards Namibia's circle. Backhand! What a save from Cartwright. She has been fantastic for the Namibians over this tournament. Great save with a glove there.
Great save there. Mokoena, that shot came as fast as she is running down that left-hand side. Very busy player for the South Africans up front there.
And if you're just joining us, welcome to this first and second playoff between Namibia, host nation, and South Africa. Brought to you live by NBC Sport here from the Dave and Trusker Hockey Fields in Windhoek, Namibia. The local time is 16:50. Let's see what South Africa can do with this ball now.
Yeah, what a lovely day for a final, Penda.
Partly cloudy weather conditions, not too hot, 25 degrees, but it might be hotter on the field than it is out here. Just a mistrap there from South Africa's goal scoring machine, Kaylin Marie. On the screen there, Fatma Mahmoud from Egypt. She's been doing a fantastic job representing her country as an umpire. She's really allowed the game to flow and has done a good job as an umpire.
Most definitely, and hats off to all the umpires that officiated matches in this series so far.
To Sean Delaray, just applying pressure there for the Namibian centre-back Nicola Fourie, whose older brother will take to the field in the first and second playoff for the men's. So, as we've been mentioning, a family affair here at the hockey. Namibia just working around the back line. Needling on the ball now. Can hear lots of emotions coming from the South African bench. Needling with a huge overhead there.
Yeah, Penna, do you think...
Got a free run at, and she wins the first short corner for the match. Fatma Mahmoud from Egypt signaling for the short corner.
The first short corner of the match for today, and as we saw, or as Tats is telling us, the South Africans hasn't converted too much of them, so let's see what they are going to do with the short corners in the final today.
Look, the Namibian bench will be a bit comfortable because they've got Cartwright in the goal, but let's see how South Africa try and penalize the Namibians for that mistake. Engelke with the push out. Goes to Marie. Cartwright clears it. Good clearance there from Jasmine Cartwright. And Namibia have done well to just see out that short corner, and they still retain the ball there. That is brilliant work from Cartwright. She's managed to find her defensive player.
Yeah, well done to Cartwright there, making sure she gets the ball out of the danger, especially with the South Africans. That's very well or very good in open play, and they are fearless when it gets to the scoring opportunities in the circle.
Absolutely. Milan just trying to find another huge overhead, but she plays that ball out of play. Peckendorf for South Africa on the ball. Again, Mokoena on the ball, attacking the circle, takes a shot. Good save there from Cartwright. Can the Namibians clear? Free hit out to the Namibians. Cartwright has been tested. She has been passing so far.
So far, doing very, very well there in the goal box. Cartwright making sure she gets herself in good positions and then not allowing the South Africans to score.
Absolutely. Kayla Gilly. Ball down the line, intercepted by South Africa's Furge. Blau on the ball now for South Africa, looking to turn and run at the Namibians. Oh, look at that. Good work there from Milan, just trying to win the ball. And it's a Namibian ball. Delaray a bit bemused by that decision, but the play goes on. Now with Abigail Rouse, 16 years of age, scholar from St. Paul's College. She's one for the future.
Most definitely, as we've mentioned, we have a lot of youngsters coming through the pipeline, and it's great to see them competing at the Junior African Cup.
Peckendorf rolls the ball for Pume. Pume able to run and just look up. What can she do with the ball? Interception there by Gilly. Very good discipline there by Kayla Gilly, just making sure that she's not beaten by her man. And South Africa forced to recycle play. Isaacs. Oh, missed trap there for Peckendorf.
Unfortunately, I think that was a good attacking opportunity for the South Africans, but the Namibians so far has kept it cool and composure on the defense.
And just some rolling substitutions there. It's the beauty of hockey. Coaches are able just to rotate their players as they get tired, so that we can keep that high intensity of the match. You know, you don't have one-time substitutions. Gilly now on the ball, rolls it to Rawls. Rawls under pressure there from the South African. Mokoena again, burst of speed there, attacking the Namibian defenders. She gets away from her man, looks up. Can she find a pass? Interception there from Farid. They run into each other, and that is just poor communication from the Namibians, and they give away another short corner. Can these South Africans make them pay?
Yeah, Pena, as we spoke yesterday, the South Africans knows exactly when to control or how to control the speed of play, and when to slow it down and when to fasten or make play quicker. So once again we saw that. Very patient on defense, and then they counter-attack very quickly.
Absolutely, a turn of speed there from Mokoena. Just put on the afterburners past two of her men and, well, her women, two of the marking women. And just looking for that dangerous ball into the circle. Let's see what South Africa can do with a short corner. Engelke on the ball. Push out is good. There's a flick, and Cartwright is up to it. Now Isaacs with an opportunity. Oh, look at that. Jasmine Cartwright, put your hand up, girl.
Another great save by Cartwright. As the Namibians tried to counter-attack there, play got broken down. They have some time to reset and recycle. Moving the ball around at the back, waiting for the opportunity.
Higgs on the ball now, looking for that pass forward. Korea unable to make the tackle. Packendorf forward for South Africa. Ferron trying to use her skills. Good speed there by Ferron. Milan with a tackle, but it's she's lucky to get away with that one. It was a poor tackle. Namibia win the ball. Get interception. Mokoena.
Mokoena looking for options there.
Good step there from Gilly.
One thing we said we wanted to see more from the Namibians is that interplay, that 1-2 passes, and by the looks of it, once or twice we've seen them try it, but they haven't found each other yet. Do you think they're going to build on that?
Absolutely. That's definitely the instruction that the coach will be shouting. Rawls caught on the ball there, and it's an opportunity for South Africa to attack on the counter. Let's see what they can do with the ball. Blows there on the ball still for South Africa. Jody blows. Farid just using her experience to win a free hit for the Namibians. You know, we do have some high-ranking officials in our midst today. The NHU president, Ms. Karen Slavert, in attendance. Also from the Namibian Sports Commission, Ms. Dominique Leroux. It's good that we've got some of the high officials just here to watch the performance and see what Namibian hockey has been doing.
Exactly, it's great to have them attend tournaments like this, and it just shows you the immense growth sport has gone through in Namibia, and looking forward to what it is still going to become, Penda.
Absolutely. Of course, Sune, you yourself represent our beautiful Namibia. How does it feel when you represent your country?
It's always a massive honor, and I carry a lot of pride in being able to wear the eagle. And obviously the opportunities, and just coming back to how immensely sport has grown in Namibia and the opportunities we get, I don't think we can be thankful enough, and that's why I'm so super excited to what's still to come for Namibian sport.
Absolutely huge cross ball there by Milan. Korea on the ball, and Gresser has an opportunity to attack the South African left flank. Crash ball into the circle. What can they do? Oh, intercepted by Isaacs. Look at that. So strong. And she wins a free hit for her country. She's been one of the more dominant players for the South Africans. Paris Gail Isaacs.
So calm and composed there at the back.
Absolutely. South Africa just looking to rebuild from the back. Packendorf. Crash ball down the line. Meets Ferron, but she mistraps the ball. Neetling on the ball now for Namibia.
We have seen the South Africans try and attack that right-hand corner a lot, that right-hand pocket a lot thus far in this game. It hasn't been that effective yet, but once again, we also see them controlling the speed of this game so far.
Absolutely. Maria Neetling on the ball. Maybe trying to find another long ball. And it's a turnover, wasting time. And that is a rookie mistake at this level. She's not 5 and she's lucky to get away with that one again. 2 fouls and just sleeping on the ball there, Neetling, unfortunately. No, you want to make use of the advantage. You don't want to turn the ball over in such silly mistakes, do you?
Exactly, especially it being in the South Africans' half.
Absolutely. Pume takes it down beautifully. Beautiful control ball there, but let's see. Neetling is equal to it. Rolls it to Kutsia, and Kutsia just could not keep it in.
There should have been a South African touch there for it being a Namibian ball on the side.
Absolutely. So, Sine, you asked me a question yesterday about the position of the ball on a short corner. I was going through the rules and just freshening up my knowledge. I'll tell you just now, Namibia looked like they had a promising attack. Oh. Yeah, I was just going through the rules, and the ball it says the ball should start on the line. So maybe the umpire should have been a bit more aware of that.
Aware of that, yeah. So it was quite interesting. Thank you for making sure about that, especially for the viewers that might have also wondered about that rule.
Right, South Africa launching yet another attack down the Namibian left-hand side. Seems to be identified as the area where they can attack and get the most out of their attack. Here's Ferron with the ball. She's running and attacking that ball. Jody blows on the ball, mistraps it, unfortunately. No, you just feel like that was an opportunity for South Africa to launch another attack against Namibians.
Well, that was most definitely a great opportunity for the South Africans. Unfortunately, by Jody Blows not picking up that ball on the baseline.
Gresser now for Namibia, looking for that Namibian stick, just rolls out for a sideline.
We have seen a lot of intercepts again this game so far. A lot of long passes. I think the Namibians should maybe just calm down and go back to the structure of trying to find each other with smaller passes just to build up play.
Absolutely, and on your screen there, just the statistics showing the possession in this game. South Africa definitely dominating the possession, however, nothing to show for it. Still 0-0 with just over 1 minute, just under 2 minutes, sorry, to go in this game. Neetling looks for that long overhead again. Brought down very well by Rawls, and I was going to ask there, the player was not 5 in, so Rawls gets the advantage there, and she runs off. She brought that down so well on the backhand.
Yeah, that was very well done by Rawls there, making sure they keep the advantage.
Rawls rolls it to Semedo. Semedo into the circle, intercepted again by, look at those hands. Cool under pressure. Oh my goodness, look at those hands by Paris Gail Isaacs. You know, she's got 2 men on her and just smoothly gets out of there and wins a free hit for her country.
Brilliantly done there by Paris Gail Isaacs.
They call her PG. You know, she was definitely not fragile like PG Glass. She was smooth with that, hey. Solid. Isaacs on the ball again. Dubueza rolls it off to Ferron. Oh, sorry, that's Ferron on the ball now. Oh, look at that pickup by Tashawn Delaray. Scruff, unfortunately, just couldn't get the connection on that. But what about that pickup on the backhand?
Another great pickup. As we mentioned before the start of the game, one of the danger players that Namibia should be looking out for, and they left her alone in the circle there.
Absolutely. Crash ball into the Namibian circle, deflects. Mokoena seems to have changed her wing. And this is just the versatility of the South Africans. Mokoena was playing on the left-hand side, and she's just changed now onto the right. Maybe they just want to exploit that left-hand side of the Namibians. Let's see what South Africa can do. Crash ball, dangerous into the circle. Namibia ball. Oh, wow. We have to catch our breaths there. All the action in this first quarter of the first and second playoff between Namibia and South Africa, brought to you live on NBC Sport here from the Dave and Trasko Hockey Stadium in Windhoek, Namibia. The local time is 5 minutes past 5. What are your impressions of the first quarter, Sune?
I think it's been a great first quarter. The South Africans definitely put Namibia under pressure from the start, but well done to Jasmine Cartwright in the box, making sure the scoreline is still 0-0 going into the second quarter. Absolutely,
and there's an example of that save. Strong there, and just making sure she's aware of her positioning. She has been brilliant for the Namibians. And Pume, some highlights from the first quarter. Pume running strong there for the South Africans, winning the first short corner. But look at this save once again. Oh, look at this. Beautifully clears that ball. She knows the position of her circle so well, Cartwright.
Yeah, that's very well done. While we were on the highlights there of the short corners, I think that is definitely one thing South Africa would want to be better at. If we go and have a look at the stats percentage, their conversion rate on short corners are only 24%.
Look, I think Cartwright probably says that I've got something to do with some of those statistics, you know. It's unfortunate for the South African goalkeeper. She's probably not been tested and able to show off her own skills, but yeah, what about that Jasmine Cartwright there for Namibia? What do you think the South African coach is saying to her team right now?
Obviously, I think they're doing very well. I don't think they would change a lot, just to utilize the opportunities they have. At this stage, we can see Jasmine Cartwright is very good at the straight ball adder, maybe a few variations, try and play around her. But other than that, I think their structure is very well, and they're very good in structure, and then obviously controlling the pace of the game.
Absolutely. All right. Zeli Philander, the captain for the Namibians, on the ball with a pushback for Namibia. And you can see the South Africans just running high, trying to increase that pressure against the Namibians. Oh, there's a mistake there by Gilly. Mokoena once again on her favorite right-hand side, but an interception there by the Namibians just clears the ball. Good save there. That's good reading of the ball from the Namibian.
Yeah, very good man-to-man marking in the circle, making sure there's no South African left alone for any opportunity to score.
Absolutely. Isaacs with her head up, looking for a pass. She finds Packendorf. Packendorf back to Isaacs, looking for that crash ball through the center. Big, good pick up there from Pume. She's intercepted by Kutsia. Kutsia deemed to have fouled Pume.
Pume is a key player in the center there for the South Africans. She controls the ball very well and makes very good decisions of trying, should we attack or should we recycle?
Absolutely. Dangerous play. You don't want her putting her head up and looking for those options as she's done so. And Packendorf crashes that ball into the circle, but Semedo is equal to it. 3D skills there by Packendorf in the Namibian circle. The umpire showing advantage. There's a second post there. Oh my goodness, look at that goal mouth action. Oh my goodness, I thought that Mokoena was going to have an easy tip in there, but the Namibian women said, not today, Mokoena, not today.
Not today, Penda. Well done on the defense there from the Namibians. Not giving the South Africans the opportunity to put in that actually supposed to be easy goal.
Absolutely. Look, they were sleeping there. They allowed Janssen van Vuren to run into the circle. So, you know, although you do so well to clear the lines, you have to be switched on to the second phase of play.
Definitely, and especially against the South Africans.
Oh my goodness. I thought we were going to see goal time there, but the Namibian ladies were equal to the task. Semedo on the ball now for Namibia. She's under pressure and there's a turnover. Mzizi. South Africa just patient build up there. The Namibian coach asking for some pressure from her players. Isaacs. Nice sliding pass there, but just does not make connection with Blau. Namibia with a counter attack, and look at that, that's Rolls. Rolls rolls it to Philander. Philander crash ball into the circle, intercepted. That's a very good interception there. Mzizi on the ball for South Africa. Yeah, that was an easy blow there. South Africa didn't have any advantage, and they have an opportunity to restart play.
Yeah, that was very good attacking play by the Namibians. I just think they should utilize the opportunity to put the South Africans under pressure in the circle. As we saw yesterday, the one time we got into South Africa's circle, we managed to score.
Absolutely. It's been quite obvious that when Namibia play those interchange passes, they get a lot more better results. But here's Mokoena on the ball. There's a mistake. To Sean Delaray for the first time is unable to make connection with the ball in the circle. She is a live wire. She's definitely one to watch.
Definitely, I think there was also some good pressure from Cartwright in the goal box, not making it easy for Delaray.
Absolutely. Free on the ball. Uses her player Rouse. Rouse rolls it, but it's intercepted. Pume again. She's got a chance to look up. She finds Milan for Namibia. Could see her try to roll to Semedo. Unfortunately, just not making the connection.
Yeah, I think the Namibians are starting to play the right ideas. They just need to start finding each other as well by going for the structure that they want to play and that they are good at.
Absolutely. Janse van Vuren. So Isaac's playing a bit deeper. She has been playing higher in previous games, but you know, this is first and second, and you probably just want to ensure that no mistakes in the back line there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that ball there from Isaac. She finds Blau. Blau into the circle, and there's Kayla. Oh, they cannot give her any space, Kaylin Marie. You know, she's so deadly, but this time just wide of the goals.
She is very deadly. I mean, she's not. It's not just being the top goal scorer of the tournament so far.
Oof.
Wowie.
Oh my goodness.
Namibia could be very lucky.
A foot in mouth situation there for the Namibian defender. However, the South African just couldn't capitalize. Janse van Vuren, she turns past two players, and Mokoena now on the ball. Free hit for South Africa. Mokoena again makes it live. She attacks the Namibian circle. She's allowed to carry all the way, and there is a ball that trickles in. 1-0 South Africa. Mokoena on the backhand. Oh, she was allowed to carry that ball into the circle, and she said, "Thank you very much."
That is a thank you very much. No pressure, no one stepping on her, allowing her to get into the circle, and then the South Africans are deadly on scoring field goals, and they have just shown it to us once again.
Look at this action here from Mokoena. She's allowed to carry that ball, allowed time, and the ball just deflects, unfortunately, off a Namibian stick. You can see the reaction from Milan there. Just deflects over a Namibian stick and over Cartwright, who had no chance in stopping that, unfortunately. South Africa again with the ball. There's a turnover there. We've got Rolls it. Alice Rolls, older sister of Abby Rolls. Also a good player there for the Namibian team. She's not goal shy. She's got some goals in her.
Freed for Namibia inside the 23. Let's see what they can do with this attacking option.
Absolutely. Let's see if Alice Rouse can add to her 2 goals already for the tournament for the Namibian side. Nietling on the ball. Milan crash ball into the circle. Nothing comes of it. Namibia trying to add pressure to the South Africans. Oh, they thought the ball was put out deliberately down the baseline, but the umpire just signals for the long corner. It was very lucky from the South African defender there.
Yeah, by the looks of it, that was very lucky for the South Africans there.
Defensive hit out for the South Africans. Isaacs. Pume just stepping ahead of Higgs. Rolls it now to her teammate Janse van Vuren. Oh, look at that. Good
What
speed
a
there.
touch.
Rolls it again to Mokoena, the danger player for the South Africans. She gets past one, tries to get past two, but Fourie is equal to the task. Fourie tries to clear her line into a South African stick, and the South Africans just able to bring that ball under control.
So you see the South Africans recycling that ball.
They've been quite good and diligent in terms of just being patient, you know, building up play. It's Isaacs again, eliminates one of her forward pressing runners, who is Alice Rawls for Namibia. Again, Isaacs.
The South Africans has been so patient, waiting for the Namibians to open up that gap in play, for them to change that patience at the back into attacking option.
Absolutely, and just look at that difference there. 9 shots compared to 0 for the Namibians. However, I feel the Namibians still have something to say about this game.
Most definitely, we still have a lot of time left in this game for the South Africans to make a statement. The Namibians, my apologies.
The circle, she'll take it on the backhand there. She hits and she misses. Unfortunate, and good pressure again from Paris Gail Isaacs for South Africa. She just put the stick in there, made it the situation difficult for the striker. She wins the free hit. That's Vogel for South Africa. Finds Ferron. Mokoena, the danger player in this game for the South Africans. Rolls it forward. Milan wins the ball. Oh, that is very difficult. I thought that was clean. However, the umpire just deems it to be on the backside of the stick. Oh, that was... we'll have to see the action again. But the umpire, Fatma Mahmoud from Egypt, deeming that ball to have come off the backside of the Namibian stick.
Yeah, what I saw, it was the backside of the stick there, Penda.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if the replay will show it to us again, but yeah, I don't know. Don't you think that was a bit of a harsh call outside the circle, making it a penalty?
Look, in the end, if it's the wrong side of the stick, the advantage is definitely supposed to be for South Africa there. So good decision if that is the wrong side of the stick. South Africa with a push out on the second corner. The ball goes to Ferron. Ferron with a flick. It's run down beautifully by Kutsia. And the ball, umpire again says backside of the stick. And Namibia there with a saving grace to Fatma Mahmoud. She awards a short corner for the backside and comes to the rescue for the Namibians again with a backside there. Good running down from Kutsia, by the way, for the first phase of play. Kutsia now, Anthea Kutsia on the ball. We've got quite a few siblings in this side. So Anthea and her sister, Marlene Kutsia. Then we've got Alice and Abigail Rowell for the Namibians. And then JAC Fourie and Nicola Fourie.
Yeah, and the Philanders.
And the Philanders, Zayli and Zach Philanders. So it's a family affair for the Namibian outfit.
Yeah, I'm speaking about the Kutsia's run there. I think the Namibians has been very good at defending the short corner. We spoke about it last night as well. Their first and second wave run extremely well.
Absolutely. If you're just tuning in, welcome to this first and second playoff against Namibia and South Africa, brought to you live by NBC Sport, live from the Davin Trusco hockey fields. The score is 1-0 in favor of South Africa. Namibia, the host nation, hoping to beat their neighbors to bragging rights and being crowned the Junior Africa Cup champions. Blows on the ball. Oh, good step there from Azali Philander, the Namibian captain. Zizi. Double teaming there. Carsten and Philander trying to win the ball back from the South Africans.
Yeah, we saw there once again that the overhead is not working for the Namibians.
Yeah, there's too many turnovers there, and maybe halftime team talk, coach will pass those instructions on to his team. But look at this. Mokoena again, a dangerous player, and Amber Ferron just could not get to the end of that. They need to start picking up Mokoena for South Africa. She has been deadly in this game, and this is the threat with the South Africans. Yesterday was Deshaun Delaray. Today is Mokoena. They may have changed shoes there.
They might have changed shoes there, but She is deadly there on the left-hand side. Attacking the Namibians. Quick and fast.
Isaac's on the ball. Looks like Vogel on the ball there again. A huge overhead there. Mokoena on the ball. Namibian not 5. She's lucky that she's not penalized there. And Van Vuren with a ball there. Blau quickly plays it to Janse Van Vuren.
Another opportunity for the South Africans to attack.
Oh, too easy. The umpire said just stick shielding there. Good call again from Fatma Mahmoud. Our umpires for today have been brilliant. Sheila Johari from Malaysia and Fatma Mahmoud from Egypt. They've been doing a good job to allow the game to just flow. Intercepted again by the South Africans. Oh, this is Blau in the circle. Kriya with the interception for Namibia. She's caught on the ball there and she's allowed to recover. Just not aware of her position, and this is Kutsi on the ball. Long ball looking for any forward runners, but unfortunately just no one there to get that ball.
Penda, in that instance, would you like your team, if you were the Namibian coach, would you like your team to slow it down a bit and make sure you have a setup or a set play to go forward to, or just get the ball up and hopefully be able to reset?
Look, in the end, you always want to make sure that if you're playing that long ball, you've got either support or you've got a player up there who's in those pockets. Doesn't help you much if you turn the ball over to this well-drilled side. You know, it just means another wave of attacks. As we can see in the picture there, Packendorf finds her forward player. It's De La Rey now on the ball, and it's Amber Ferron on the ball. She's got good hands. The Namibians have to be careful. As shown there, Ferron makes it live, enters the Namibian circle. Ball at the goal. Good save again from Cartwright. She has been alive to this action.
Another great save there by Cartwright.
But how about that action from Amber Ferron for South Africa? She is only a matriculant, so one to watch out as well for the South African future.
Most definitely. Brilliant hands there.
Pune. Packendorf. And that's Isaacs. And one thing that you notice from the South Africans, they haven't been doing too much in terms of changing that defensive line. The defensive line has been pretty consistent, you know.
Well, I wouldn't change my defensive line if they were that composed at the back.
Absolutely.
Nothing phasing them.
Absolutely. Annika Higgs just losing out the ball there. Bailey Engelke for South Africa. That's a long ball. Deshaun De La Rey just rushing ahead of the player to try and win it, but it's not De La Rey, it's actually
Jody Blows.
Again, Nietling looking for that long ball. It finds McCarthy. McCarthy in the area.
Yeah, I think that was one of the first ones that actually went into play for the Namibians.
Louise McCarthy again receives that ball. Free hit South Africa. The Namibia not 5, and she will surely be punished for that. You know, it's just basic errors again. You have to be alert to the situation. So Tisha Semedo gets a chance to have 2 minutes and think about what she's done.
Yeah, and especially we have seen the umpires being very, very strict with that 5 rule.
Absolutely.
To be disciplined with that is very important, especially in big games like the finals.
Right, and the players just jogging off there. The hooter signals the end of this first half. A 1-2 playoff between the Southern African neighbors. Namibia, the host nation, against South Africa. And it's 1-0 to the South Africans. Brought to you live by NBC Sport here at the Junior Africa Cup in Windhoek, Namibia. Our umpires on the screen there, high-fiving each other. Sheila Johari and Fatma Mahmoud.
They've done a very good job so far in this game.
Absolutely, just the highlights from the first game. The danger player in this game here, Mokoena, runs, just look at that, protecting the ball, gets into the circle, backhand, but Cartwright alive to that ball.
One of the great saves we saw this match so far.
Absolutely, just some of that action there. It actually looked like it was off a South African foot, just after I've seen it now for the third time, it actually looks like it was of a South African foot, so they were lucky there, but Cartwright alive to that. Look at this run there from Mokoena again. She's allowed to enter the circle, and that is how that's how the goal went. You know, the Namibians giving her too much space, too much respect, not closing her down, and finally the pressure paid off. And just once again, some of that action from Cartwright, she has been fantastic for the Namibians.
Yeah, and just having a look at that highlights, we see the South Africans putting the Namibians under pressure, but we haven't seen a lot of clean shots on the keeper so far.
This is true. What are you telling the Namibian team as the coach, Sine?
I think they should just get back to the structure that they play well. I think they have to go back to having interplays. They're trying to pass too many long balls, and with a team like South Africa that is so well structured and is so composed, it's very easy for teams like them to just intercept the long balls and turn that into a counter attack, and I think that's why they are a threat at this stage for the Namibians. I think the defensive line from tonight from the Namibians has been a lot better, has been a lot more composed than what we've seen last night. But we can't just be, or they can't just be defensive. They need to be able to pile together attacks.
Absolutely, and once again, just some of the action from the first half of that game. Kaylin Murray, who is the top goal scorer of the tournament, unable to find the goal there. She's on 8 goals currently and hoping to elevate, but look at this. I think this is probably where the goal is coming from. Mokoena driving into the Namibian circle, that backhand, and the ball just trickles over Cartwright, and she's unable to make the save, you know. You can see the disappointment from Milan there. She knows probably that touch that allowed the ball to go in, but just look at that. Too much respect. The players are ball watching, allowing Mokoena into the circle. She says, thank you very much, I'll have that. And oh, look at that disappointment.
Yeah, unfortunately, as a keeper, you set up for the straight shot coming at you, and then that smallest of touches that makes the ball change direction isn't always, so you aren't always able to save those, and that's exactly what happened there. Just a little stick by Mila Milan in the circle, deflecting the ball there to straight into the goal box.
Absolutely. And look at this action there. Ferron unable to get to the end of that ball there. But here's a shot, and again, Cartwright with a brilliant save. Jody Blows just waiting to tip that one in.
Yeah. So as a coach for the South African team, what would you tell them, Penda?
I'll answer your question just now, Sine, but as you can see there, we've got the statistics for this game. South Africa, a huge portion of this of the ball in their favor, 70% compared to the 30. 11 penalty corners in the first half compared to none. So Namibia not turning up just yet, but I wouldn't rule them out so easily. And the circle penetrations 13 compared to the 2. And the overall statistic that matters, 1-0 to the South Africans. I wouldn't, as the coach, I wouldn't tell them much. I'll just say keep on that pressure, take advantage if they're sleeping, make the most of their left-hand side. I think Namibia probably, they initially identified their left-hand side as the weak side, but yeah, look, we've got time now. They've got time to just regroup, and I think we'll return with the action. So we'll just take a short break and bring the action back to you as the viewers, wherever you're watching from, South Africa, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Egypt, or anywhere else in the world. We'll just take a short break and bring the action back to you live from the David Trusco Hockey Fields on NBC Sport.
Behind every victory, there's a story. Behind every loss, a battle. This isn't just about the highlights, the trophies, or the roars of the crowd. It's about what happens behind under immense pressure and in the shadows that few ever see. It's about uncovering the truth beneath the surface. This is Sport Uncovered, where we go beyond the headlines to reveal the hidden and untold stories of Namibian sport. This is not just about the athletes. Behind every performance, there is a system. Decisions are made by coaches, managers, owners, and administrators. These choices don't just influence games, they shape careers, shatter dreams, and define the future of the sport itself. Sport Uncovered digs deeper. We expose what happens behind closed doors, the challenges faced, and the dynamics that can make or break the game. This is about more than what happens on the field. It's about why sport happens and sometimes why it doesn't. No story is too small, no stone is left unturned. Sport Uncovered, where every move matters and every story counts.
Welcome back to this first and second clash between South Africa and the host nations Namibia. 1-0 at the end of the first half. I am Pendapala Namjebu and I'm joined by my co-commentator.
Good afternoon to all our viewers. I am Sine Vetman.
So the action brought to you live by NBC Sport from the Davin Trusco hockey fields in Windhoek, Namibia. The local time here is 32 minutes past 5. Namibia still in this. What do you think they're going to bring out here at the start of the second half?
Yeah, they are still well in it. There's 30 minutes left for the Namibians to show what they've got and to give the South Africans a good run for their money.
Absolutely, and we were just discussing at the break that the Namibians have to be more alert to that number 17, Mokoena. She has been deadly for the South Africans. They have to be more alert to her.
Most definitely, she's been utilizing that left side pocket very well for the South Africans to make sure they get some circle penetrations that they haven't converted all of them yet, but if they're going to start converting them, it's going to be trouble for Namibia.
On your screen, Kaylin Marie, the tournament top goal scorer. South Africa with a pushback. Let's see what they can get. Pume, she has been quite pivotal for them as well, for the South Africans, leading good attacks. Isaacs. Pakendorf with the ball, but just touched out of play by the Namibian captain, Azali Philander. For such a young age, she is well seasoned on the international scene.
Most definitely. Just recently came back from the Indoor World Cup with the Namibian women's team. a lot of experience under her belt.
Hammery spare shot just rolls the ball to the left. Spare shot on the ball again. Let's see, Parkendorf now in the Namibian 23. She's attacking the baseline. Oh, look at that defense. That's good defense there. What can they do with the ball? That's surely a Namibian ball. Yeah, surely a Namibian ball hit out there. Jody blows just impatient and caused the foul. The South Africans were adding a lot of pressure in the Namibian circle.
Yeah, very early in the second half already.
Harmony spear shot. On the ball now, Vogel.
We spoke earlier about the South Africans, a lot of them being utility players, if we can put it that way, with Mokoena starting at the left, then we saw at the right. We can say the same, seeing Spur shot. First half she was running on the right link, now she's at the back.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's good when you've got versatility like that in your lines, and as a coach it allows you the confidence to just change up certain things when they're not working. Nietling on the ball looking for that huge overhead. Oh, look at that pick up from Pume. She's allowed to pick her head up, and Van Vuren into the circle there for the South Africans. It's surely going to be an easy ball, and it is that player again, Tishon Dilleray for South Africa with a goal. 2-0 to the South Africans. They came out all guns blazing the second half, and she was set up by her co-striker, Mokoena. She has been fantastic for the South Africans and just sets up her fellow striker, Tishon Dilleray, for this goal. Touch pass Cartwright. Cartwright tried to read that one, and then look at that. Easy tip in. Fourie, you wanted Fourie to be a bit stronger on the ball there.
Yeah, most definitely. I think she could have been in a better position to not allow Delaray that easily to get through.
Absolutely.
And that just showed us once again how lethal the South Africans is in open play.
Absolutely. And again, Mokoena in the circle. She's going to make... Oh, Cartwright, stand-up goal. What a save for the Namibian. And she has been keeping them in this game. If the score is only 2-0, I assure you viewers, it is because of that lady right there. Jasmine Cartwright from St. Paul's College. Still also just a scholar.
Goosebump stuff there by Cartwright. We've seen the Namibians allowing Mokoena to run at them, but definitely not Jasmine Cartwright.
Absolutely. Oh, Tisha Semedo looking for that ball forward, and she was impeded there, but the umpire say nothing in it. South Africa with a chance to restart play. Isaac. Germany spare shot. Vogel. It's a good ball down the line, and Delaray. Oh, that is a short corner. That is a short corner from the umpire. Shahila Johari saying just too much argy-bargy and pushing into the player there, and not too many complaints for the Namibians.
Yeah, I was about to say that we can definitely see a change in intent by the South Africans, especially by Delaray and Mokoena. I mean, Mokoena has been running at the Namibians this whole game so far, but we've seen Delaray also coming in hard like she's been playing yesterday.
Absolutely, and the best thing for the South Africans is that they can trust that their midfielders will find them, so they'll constantly be running for those balls. And let's see what the South Africans can do with this penalty corner now. Their statistics actually dropped their conversion rate, but let's see if they can get one ahead of the Namibians. Delaray with a push out. Push out is good. Oh, 3-0, bangs it in. The top goal scorer for the tournament makes it 9. Kaylin Marie. She has been lethal, and unfortunately the Namibian line is just unable to stop it this time, and that's a good goal. The push-out made everything count there for the South Africans.
Yeah, we just heard the South African coach not being too happy with the call they made, or they decided, but at the end of the day they eventually put the first short corner in, so it is 1 out of 12 so far for the South Africans.
Absolutely. Look, in the end, if you score one, that is always the advantage for the striker. As long as you score one, that's always advantage for the striker. Namibia now with an opportunity to reply to the South Africa. 3-0 to the South Africans. Can they reply with something? Maybe a consolation goal like they did yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke a lot about that one goal, how much momentum it can give you and how much energy it can give a team. So hopefully, or if Namibia gets one in, they can maybe up the tempo and put South Africa under some more pressure.
Absolutely. Look, Kaylin Marie, just such a clean hit of the ball, and it showed there. You know, the Namibians not fast out enough as they were in the first half, and Marie made them pay. Isaacs restarts the ball for the South Africans. Spur shot now on the ball.
Yeah, she just once again showed us why she is the top scorer in this tournament so far.
Absolutely. That goal puts her at 9 goals now for the tournament. Let's see what the South Africans can do and how the Namibians can reply. Crash ball. Marie with a good pickup here. And this is Blau. Jenna Blau rolls it. Mukwena one time into the circle. Unfortunately not connecting with her co-striker Tashon De La Rey. You can see they've got quite the connection there, Tashon De La Rey and Mukwena. They call her tops.
Yeah, they make it look very easy to attack with the understanding they have between one another.
The spectators here at the Dave Trusco Stadium just trying to make sure that they add a bit of atmosphere, but of course you can imagine the disappointment. 3-0 to the South Africans in the third quarter of this first and second clash. Both teams have already qualified. Oh, that's good hands there from Van Vuren. So, Janssen Van Vuren, excuse me. So both teams have already qualified to the Junior World Cup. And as we mentioned, it's going to be a Southern African affair with Zimbabwe clinching that third and final spot against Uganda. Germary spur shot, finding Dubweze. Good turn from Ithioma Dubweze. What can she do with the ball? Raul's just applying some pressure.
And who else is there to help the situation than Tashon De La Rey?
Absolutely. Interception from the Namibians. This is Mia Carson, offloads it now to Rolls. Kayla Gilly. Ah, that is good. That's just great experience there. Unfortunately, De La Rey not protecting her feet. Interception from the South Africans. They're fiddling around with the ball in the area, the Namibians. They might be made to pay for it, but Nicola Farid, just cool and composed. What can she do? And she wins a out hit there. That's good experience there from Nicola Farid. Not much of a talk on the field for Farid, but she talks with a stick.
Most definitely. So composed there at the back, making sure that they stay in control of the ball and get the free hit.
Absolutely. Namibia with a free hit. Alice Rose makes herself available. What can she do? She turns, but she's under pressure, but she does well with the ball there. Missed trap there from Rose.
We can see the South Africans are putting a lot more pressure on the Namibians in the 23. There is definitely a shift in their mindset at this stage, a shift in their energy at this stage.
Absolutely, and Paige Salas for South Africa just unable to get to the end of that ball there. She had a beautiful turn yesterday on the skill. That is still a Namibian ball. If you have missed or want to catch up with any of the action during the course of this Junior Africa Cup, you can catch it on the NBC's YouTube page, which is NBC Sport NA, where you can relive all the magic of this tournament that started on the 18th of April. South Africa leading this first and second playoff, and also now leading a charge in this counter-attack. Let's see what they can do. Paige Salas on the ball. Crash ball into the circle. 16.
That looked like a very promising build-up for the South Africans. Unfortunately, that last pass not going to a South African stick.
Absolutely. There's still lots of time in it for the Namibians. Still lots of time in it for the Namibians to draw at level and maybe clinch a dramatic winner at the end. But they need to get something rolling now.
Most definitely, there is still a lot of time for the Namibians to get themselves back into this game. But as we just saw the statistics there at the bottom left of the screen, South Africans having a possession of 74%. That will obviously have to change for the Namibians to get themselves into this game.
Absolutely, they need to be aggressive. They've got nothing to lose now, so they need to be aggressive. Grab this game by the scruff of his shirt. Let's see what they can do. Interception there by Ifeoma for South Africa. She looks for a 1-2 combination. The ball rolls in advantage for Amber Ferron. Amber Ferron turns, looks for a side. Bukwena on the ball. She is dangerous. Delaray picks it up. Oh, Namibia just able to clear the lines. I had to hold my breath there. I thought it was going to be 4, but Namibia with a chance to counter-attack. Back and forth action here at the Dave and Trusker Hockey Fields, brought to you live by NBC Sport. Isaacs.
Once again, the cool and composed backline, recycling that ball.
Carsten just losing her footing, but able to hold on to the ball. Gresser. As you can see, there are just some rolling substitutions there. Coach making sure that her players are still fresh. Kutsia steals the ball for Namibia. What can she do with this? Unable to retain the advantage. Janssen van Vuren too strong. Spur shot. Ball back to Spur shot. What can she do? And she's pickpocketed there again by Kutsia. Marlene Kutsia with the ball for the Namibians. Oh, she just loses out on the advantage.
Yeah, what a great opportunity for the Namibians to get one back there. And you can just see the South Africans are changing the pace of the game once again. They started with a massive bang, or they started this third chukker with a massive bang.
Look at those hands from Theron. She cracks at it. Another save by Cartwright. What a run there by Amber Ferron, the matriculant from South Africa, running through, dazzling with the skills.
She makes it look so easy.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play against her. I would not want to play against her. But South Africa with an opportunity to make it 4-0 and surely put this game to bed for this first and second clash between Namibia and South Africa here in Windhoek, Namibia. What do you think they're going to decide on this short corner?
Well, obviously they still have the top goal scorer there at the top. But maybe they might consider going for a variation.
Absolutely. Deshaun Delaray just wetting the pitch again. Doesn't want to repeat the mistake from yesterday. Let's see how the push out will be. Delaray on the ball. Push out is good. Janssen van Vuren, Cartwright again with a good save. Umpire says play on, nothing in it. There's a mistake on the clearance there, just wide for the South Africans. Amber Ferron unable to make that count. But look at that, Cartwright with another save. She's really been switched on here.
Most definitely, yeah, my apologies. The top goal scorer was not on the castle there, but the South Africans definitely decided to go for the straight shot.
Gresser. Still aggressive for Namibia. Rolls it, but to no one. Unable to find a connection.
I think that happened a few times so far in this game, with the Namibians just wanting to get on with play and not finding a teammate. I would like to see them just calm down a bit and make sure they have a structured setup where they can find one another and build up attacking play.
Look, absolutely. There's still lots of time in this encounter. Lots of time to make something happen, but they really need to roll up the intensity of the game here. Again, just sleeping on the ball there by the Namibians, and Pume with the ball. Look at that strong running, and look at that. Jody Blows turns inside, shot, and 4-0. What a goal by Jody Blows! She eliminated the player on the right-hand side there and finds the pocket. Cartwright tried to close down the space. Unfortunately, not able to make a save. That was a great finish there by Jody Blows.
Penda, that feels like deja vu. It happened yesterday as well with the Namibians sleeping on the ball. The South Africans, as lethal as they are going to make you pay for that. And that's exactly what Jody Blows did. She made the Namibians pay.
4-0 to the South Africans. Again, just South Africans just showing more intensity and desire to get to the end of that. Goals, the score is 4-0, and Tashon Delaray just running that ball down as though the score was still 0-0. You know, that shows a difference in terms of intensity.
Most definitely it does.
Look, at the end of the day, it's a learning phase for the Namibians. Surely they'll take some of the positives from this game and also the learning point, and they'll definitely be ready to represent this country at the Junior World Cup later on in Santiago, Chile. They'll be hoping that some of the corporates and the big sponsors will get on board to help them get there. Hockey is not an easy sport. It's not a cheap sport either.
Yeah, and traveling is also not a cheap outing these days.
Absolutely. That turn again from Delaray. Oh, surely this is very lucky there to get away without a card, but Pume restarts the play very quickly for the South Africans. She rolls the ball, unable to have a connection there for the first time that the South Africans are unable to find another stick there. Bailey Engelke just caught the flat-footed and unable to get to the end of that pass.
Yeah, that's a rare mistake by the South Africans.
Mila Milan caught on the ball. And again, Ferron showing her smooth skills, and that is a great tackle there by Zayli Philande, the Namibian captain. We have to give huge credit to the local organizing committee. I think the tournament has been without incident. Everything has been smooth. Everyone has known their roles. So a huge shout out to the organizing committee, their chairperson, Epaphras.
Yeah, a huge shout out. I mean, tournaments like this is not possible without the organizing committees, without the sponsors on board, and then obviously each and every person that jumps in to help and make sure it is smooth sailing. A massive thanks to each and everyone that played their part.
Absolutely. South Africa with another opportunity with Duboise. 30 seconds on the clock for this third quarter, and it's Delaray into the circle. That's a good tackle by the Namibian, but it's still in. She's looking for the short corner. Umpire says nothing. Abby Rouse. She's got the ball, just looking to run down the clock. Good hands there. Oh, that's good skill there from Abby. That horn signals the end of the third quarter. One last quarter to go. South Africa 4, Namibia 0. Here at the Dave Trusco Hockey Fields at the Junior Africa Cup, brought to you live on NBC Sport. The teams will have 2 minutes to sort everything out and bring out the curtains, or the last quarter of this encounter. Sine, how's the action been for you?
It has been a jam-packed final so far, Penda. Like I said, the South Africans have controlled this match so well, the tempo of this match, and obviously we saw them utilizing the opportunities much more in this third chaka than in the first half of this game. But yeah, like you also said, all of this is to help the teams to build up towards the World Cup, seeing that both these teams, as well as Zimbabwe, qualified for the World Cup in Chile, to work on the things they need to work on, and to obviously build on the positives.
Absolutely, and look at this once again, Jasmine Cartwright coming through for the Namibians. She's really been one of the reasons why the score is only 4-0. They've had lots of opportunities, but here is the goal from the tournament's leading goal scorer, Kaylin Marie from South Africa, making her tally now 9 goals for the tournament. Unfortunately, the Namibians' running patterns just defeated there by the South Africans, and you can see the despondency on the faces of the Namibians. They were hoping for much better showing, but too quick, too good by Kaylin Marie from South Africa.
Yeah, and I actually think we had that conversation yesterday about the postman from the Namibians. I don't know why they're opting to go on their back stick to try and defend the post.
Absolutely, and look at the skill again from Amber Ferron for South Africa. Good save again there by Cartwright. On your screen now, just the highlights from the action for today. Jody Blows eliminating 2 defenders and saying good night 4-0 for the South Africans. But here's the pushback for the final quarter of this first and second playoff at the Junior Africa Cup. It looks like South Africa will be crowned the champions of this tournament, but the Namibians might just have something to say. There might just be some late drama. However, for the moment, South Africa seem to be in control.
Yeah, we're looking forward to this last 15 minutes of this match.
Germerish spur shot. Offloads it to the tournament top goal scorer. She gets into the circle, finds a foot, easy. Short corner, South Africa.
Calm and composed.
In the end, you know, the difference is the number of games that these South Africans get in. And hopefully the Namibians are able to also get some games under their belts. You know, all that experience is invaluable, as you can see. You just know what to do in certain situations, but let's see what the South Africans can do with this short corner here. The Namibians have about 20 seconds to prepare to run this out. Let's see what the South Africans can do. Right, the push out is good, a bit bouncy. They're looking for a variation. Kaylin Marie. And that's a re-award. Namibian just putting the play out, but I think that's a bit harsh because it looked to have come off a South African stick. I didn't see the action, but the umpire just says re-award, deliberately playing the ball out of the field or maybe a foot. South Africa with another opportunity to increase their lead and surely put the game out of the Namibian side. Oh, unlucky with the deflection there by Bailey Engelke. Namibia have made a change. They said 4-0, but not to bother. They've brought on Andre Jacobs, and she has not been too bad in the tournament as well. So lucky that she can get some tournament action. And it's been a common theme by the coaches, not shy to let their second choice or other goalkeeper an opportunity. We don't really want to say second choice, but the second goalkeeper an opportunity to also get some action.
Yeah, definitely, and we spoke about it. There's nothing that teaches you composure and the game mindset as when you have the opportunity to play games. So just to get back to you with the South Africans, the amount of games they play versus the amount of games the Namibians play, that is one important thing is game time teaches you a lot, and you can take a lot out of game time because being practice or at practice sessions, you're not under that much pressure as you are in and during games.
Absolutely. Kayla Gillies just done well to cut in there. Namibia not on the ball, but they're lucky to break with Mila Milan. Forward pass that is intercepted. Let's see what the South Africans can do. Kayla Gilly again. Abby Rose just trying to run that ball. 16 for the South Africans. I was hoping she'd get to the end.
Yeah,
of
I was hoping. It looked like she is going to get there, but once again, the South Africans controlling that situation very well.
Absolutely, absolutely love watching her play. Abby Rose, really one to look out for Namibian hockey, and a good prospect here. But on the ball now, Dubweze from South Africa looking to launch another attack against the Namibians. Oh, good running, strong running there from Neetling. Neetling just trying to put Kaylin Marie under pressure, but she's still running strong in the circle, wide.
What a run, almost from her own 23. Up to the D, taking a shot.
Absolutely. Zayli Philander, what a leader she has been for this Namibian outfit as well. So young still. Of course, she will take some lessons of her own as a captain. But she should hold her head high. The Namibian ladies have done absolutely fantastic during the course of this tournament.
They most definitely did. And there's always positives to take out of matches like this, and there's always positives to build on.
Absolutely. Paige Salas makes it live for the South Africans. It's a free hit for the South Africans. Oh, umpire just showing that it's actually a Namibian ball. Kutsia, servant of Namibian hockey. One-time ball by Chresed just goes out. Zizi.
South Africans opting once again to go all the way back, build up play from the back.
Dubois. Interception there by the Namibian captain, Zayli Philander. Looks to play the ball down the line. Off screen there was Annika Higgs with the ball there, and Raul's trying to apply some pressure. Still strong running from Marlene Kutsia. Cool under pressure there by Mila Milan. And pressure from Paige Sales, and Mila Milan, cool as you like.
Yeah, she did well to get her feet out of the way and then make a clean tackle.
Absolutely. Ane Janse van Vuren for South Africa. Driving through the middle of the Namibian park there. Good hands again from Ane Janse van Vuren. Looks for a foot. She finds a foot. And South Africa just forced to pull the ball all the way back again. They've really had the Lions' share of the possession here. And they've made it count. 4-0 to the South Africans in this first and second playoff. Not just a chance to be called the champions of the Junior Africa Cup, but also some bragging rights over their neighbors.
Who else than Paris Gale Isaacs? So composed at the back, not making it easy for the Namibians.
Yeah, she's been a dominant figure in that back line for the South Africans. I was speaking to some of the spectators, and they said they would have just liked for there to be more teams contesting here at the Junior Africa Cup. Shows the finances and the logistics involved, but maybe that Namibia can get a few more stadia built here so we can host. The Namibian government, the new Namibian government, have been interested in developing sports, and hopefully Namibian hockey can get a few more funds from the government and build a few more hockey stadia so we can host a few more of these competitions. Once again, a huge shout out to the local organizing committee for what has been a seamless a tournament so far.
Yeah, a huge shout out, massive thanks. And then obviously, like we've said before, the growth of sport in Namibia is so immense, and looking forward to what's still going to happen.
Absolutely. Alice Rawls winning a free hit there for the Namibians. What can they do with it? Korea just loses out on the ball. Again, that 50-50 usually turning in the South African favor. Great strength there from Alice. That is what you wanted to see. Good strength, fighting for those balls. And they've just lost the ball there.
Yeah, Pena, you can just hear the crowd getting behind the Namibians in this match. Now it's just for them to settle down a bit and make sure they find each other.
Absolutely. Surely a consolation goal will mean a lot to the spectators. We can see some of the school-going kids from the Windhoek High School. Dubois on the ball now. And South Africa just happy to sit on the ball. They don't have to do much else. The game looks set for them. What can they do? Dubois with a misplaced pass. Nietling steps through. What can she do with this ball? She finds Kriya, who's dwelling on the ball. Foot for the South Africans. Namibia free hit.
Nietling there, throwing it into the circle.
Again, just turned over.
The overheads hasn't been very successful for the Namibians, but they still opt to go for it.
Absolutely. Oh, huge overhead there by Isaacs. She connects with Tishon De La Rey. Spins out with a lot of speed there. Let's see what she can do. Can she find her? She does find her. Bailey Engelke. And a rush out there. Again, dangerous play. Oh, what a tackle there by Anthea Kutsia. Oh, cool as you like. She was a cool cucumber there.
Yeah, especially against Mokoena, who's been controlling the Namibians circle and 23 this whole game so far.
Absolutely. Semedo with a good turn there. She finds Kriya. It's a skip pass. Ball finds Rawls. Alice Rawls. McCarthy able to turn. Can she get into the area? Rolls it back for Rawls again. Rawls looking for that 1-2 combination with her sister Abby Rawls. Still McCarthy. Oh, good jab there by Dubois from South Africa. Can the Namibians get a consolation goal? Unfortunately, not this time around.
Yeah, once again, you can see the Namibians just rushed. I think there's still enough time for them to set up play to get themselves into the South African circle. As we saw last night, they were the first team to score against the South Africans, and I'm pretty sure if they get themselves in a good, positive position, they can do it again.
Absolutely. The South Africans have been resolute in their defending, though. Rolls just wins a free hit for the Namibians. What can she do with the ball? Rolls it into the circle. First circle entry for the half. What can they do? And it is a short corner. You can see them celebrating, and hopefully they can make it count. They have Marika Neetling on the edge of the circle for their battery, and I know that she'll be hoping to convert this one for the Namibians.
Most definitely, Marika Neetling is the top goal scorer for the Namibians, equal with Mia Karsten, and 5 of those 5 goals she has scored in this tournament so far has been penalty corner goals.
She has been at the edge, from the edge of the D, but let's see what they can do. Namibia with their first short corner of the game, I believe. Let's see what they can do with it. Could see it with a push out. They switch castles. It's going to Neetling. Oh, Neetling with a push. It's flat, but the umpire just saying that the ball did not leave the circle. Ah, it's unfortunate. Amber Ferron on the ball now. She's under pressure by Rolls. What can she do? She has good hands. Isaacs. Again, Ferron on the ball. Rolls just losing the ball. Good backhand ball down the line there. And it's that dangerous play again. Mukwena in the circle. What can she do? Oh, easy. All day. Mukwena, they call it tops. She has been a tops goal scorer for the South Africans in this game. Brilliant finish there by Mukwena. She knew where the goalkeeper was. She knew what she wanted to do with the ball. Tucks it underneath the goalkeeper. 5-0 to the South Africans.
Yeah, Mukwena has been switched on from the start of this game. She's been a danger player the whole game so far, and she puts it in the back of the net.
Brilliant finish there. She has been an absolute live wire for the South Africans. No one in the Namibian defense have been able to contend with her. Number 17. I think she was saving the performance for this final. She has been absolutely brilliant for the South Africans in this game. There is their co-captain there, PG Isaacs. Probably one of the few errors that she's made in this game, Isaacs. She's been clinical on the ball. Rolls wins that ball again. She's really been trying to find something for the Namibians. She's not been letting up. And let's see if the Namibians, with just over 4 minutes left in this fourth quarter, can Namibia get a consolation goal? On your screen there, Tops Mukwena. She has been deadly in this game.
Most definitely has lived up to her nickname.
That is Paige Salis. Missed pass there by Salis, and Higgs on the ball. Namibian ball on the sideline. Annika Higgs on the ball for Namibia. Ah, look at that. Mukwena again with the ball. She's driving. Look at her go. Look at her go. Oh, surely that was a free hit, but Kayla Gilly just calm under pressure there. Blau. Pume. That is Hermeri Spearshot who mistraps the ball. Philander missed passes. Hermeri Spearshot with a second opportunity to make the most of this. Nice use of the skill there. It is that striker again. Oh, good interception. And she's again Kayla Marie. Oh, yeah, umpire just blows for the Namibian free hit out. That is blows. Blau. Mafugel on the ball, plays it to Isaacs. Good turn, good spin out there by Isaacs. Cool as you like. Pume on the ball. Pressure there from Mukwena. Try center ball. Salas. Salas deemed to have done a stick obstruction there. Namibia with the ball. Nietling looks for the long overhead. Just over 2 minutes left. Marlene Kutsia, what can she do with this ball? She is quick. Up against the... what a tackle there by...
none other than
Isaacs. She has
Isaacs.
been fantastic.
She has been fantastic. A rock in the defense for the South Africans.
All right, Namibia with an opportunity to get something out of this long corner. Rouse on the ball. What can she do? She's got her head up. She finds Karsten. Karsten makes it live. She's traveled 5. Ball into the circle. It was a small 5. Small 5.
I was about to say, I'm not so sure if that ball went a big 5.
Small 5.
A small 5 there.
Into the last minute of this game. That is Kaylin Marie. Looks for that long ball. Unfortunately, not able to connect. So into the last minute of this game. Apologies for any of the viewers. The match clock is showing last 40 seconds there. Let's see what Namibia can do. Another huge overhead, but it's intercepted again. Rouse again with the interception. Caught on the ball by Anne Janssen van Vuren. Isaacs. Slider pass. Engelke rolls it to Spurshot. And there's interception there by Milan. That was very well done by Milan. Read that game like a textbook. Semedo. Another interception. And surely that will be it. Namibia with a last-ditch effort there. Last session there. Namibia lose out this final against South Africa 5-0. It was an thrilling encounter there. You can see what it means to the South Africans. They're happy. They will be now crowned the champions of Junior Africa Hockey. And surely there was no other. They've always been the dominant team, only conceding 1 yesterday, and today they said no more.
Definitely no more. And you know what, Penda, sometimes it's so easy to dominate a tournament and then get into a final and then slip up, but that was definitely not the case with the South Africans today. They showed up, especially starting from that second half, and they absolutely dominated this final against the Namibians.
Absolutely. Look, we can only blame one player if you're the Namibian side, who has been a thorn in the side. Mukwena, number 17. She has been a live wire.
She definitely showed up today, and she's been a thorn in the Namibian defense today.
Absolutely. On your screen there, just some highlights. There's Mukwena, look at her. So easy. Under the goalkeeper's shoulder, and she knew where that was going. Look at that celebration. Look what it means. Always happy to get another goal for her country. But of course, for the Namibians, Jasmine Cartwright, she's had something to say about this scoreline, hasn't she? She
definitely had something to say about the scoreline. She had a great game today. I think the scoreline would have definitely been a lot higher if it wasn't for some spectacular saves.
Absolutely. But once again, a huge round of applause to the South African and Namibian outfits for bringing us an action-packed game. In the end, not too disappointing for the Namibians. They qualify for the Junior World Cup in Santiago, Chile. Man of the match, or do I say woman of the match, player of the match, Tops Mukwena. She was top of this game today.
She most definitely was, and look at that celebrations by the South Africans.
Look at it. The South African management, they should be happy there. Great performance by the South Africans. They really showed why they're the giants of hockey, the African hockey, but the Namibians should be proud. They are closing the gap that is between them and their neighbors. So they should definitely be proud. The coach of the Namibian side, Christopher Duran, his son actually representing the Namibian junior men. So he should definitely be proud of his outfit there.
Yeah, definitely, and like we just said, they're playing for something so much bigger now that they have qualified for the World Cup, and there's so much they can take from this and take out of this and build on preparing or taking it into preparations before they get on the flight.
Absolutely. To our viewers, on the screen for you, the statistics and the match facts. 5-0. That is the most important one. South Africa against the host nation. Look at those shots. 17. The Namibian goal was being peppered with shots, but Cartwright was up to it. 25 circle penetrations. South Africa with the lion's share of the possession. 65 compared to 35. And look at that. I think there's penalty corner 6-1. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And then obviously you can also see it was a very disciplined match with only one green card against the Namibians.
Absolutely. Always good to see that there's clean action there. Just a lap of honor. The Namibian players thanking the fans, and as well as the South Africans thanking the spectators for the energy and intensity that they brought in terms of the atmosphere.
Yeah, obviously the crowd brings a lot to massive games like this, and it ups the energy on what's happening on the field, obviously. And then what else do you want from your home country supporting your home team in a final?
Absolutely. Big smiles there. All the players going to say hello to their parents, of course, as the host nation. And you can see, not too disappointed by the Namibians. They know that they've reached the objective. I think the objective was just to qualify for the Junior World Cup and take this on as a huge learning lesson.
Yeah, most definitely. And like we just spoke about, Penda, they have qualified. That was the objective, and now they can take a lot out of this, preparing with the structure going on to Chile.
Absolutely. Thank you to all our viewers who are tuned in for this encounter between Namibia and South Africa. South Africa pipping the Namibians out here 5-0, and that means that they are the champions of Junior Africa Hockey. If you've missed any of the action or you want to relive the action, you can catch it on NBC's YouTube channel, NBC Sport. We want to thank the NBC Sport, the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation, for bringing all the action live here from the Dave and Trusker hockey fields. It's awesome that we get to showcase the talent.
Yeah, a massive thanks to the NBC Sport for allowing it to be shown worldwide, and for the people to be able to engage with friends, family, loved ones from afar.
Absolutely. And as you can see on your screen there, Zimbabwe beating Uganda 6-1 for their ticket to the Junior World Cup. Egypt in a thrilling match, 2-2. Won it at the showdowns against Kenya. Lots of emotions there. You could feel the energy in that game. Even I was feeling nervous. But here, easy game in the end for the South Africans. They are crowned the junior champions of African hockey. And look at that. There is the main course.
Yeah.
South Africa men's versus Namibia men. 7 o'clock here.
Yeah, so please don't leave your seat. Stay tuned for that massive encounter coming up.
Absolutely, and we will break again as we prepare for the final game here at the Dave and Trusker hockey field.